Alright everyone, welcome to Mario Before 40. We're at Mario 64. You can stretch out his nose. So this is the version I had from a long time ago, and I made it to 120 stars, so that's all. But we'll do Mario B, because it's new.
Oh, this is your first time playing it?
Yeah.
Dear Mario,
Yep.
come to the castle. I have baked a cake for you. Yours truly, Princess Toadstool. Peach.
Think it's a trap?
Yeah, I think.
You think she put laxatives in the cake? That seems
What a
unlikely to
self-centered
me.
bitch. She has a huge stained glass of herself.
What a self-centered bitch. That's how...
That's what Jan did in the office. She had all these pictures of herself. And she was a self-centered bitch.
Woo. Yeah, okay. It's all coming back to me.
That's fun!
I gotta go get my cake.
Uh-oh.
He's the cameraman.
Wait, they're helping you?
Mm-hmm. Well, sort of. So he's the camera,
Yeah,
but I can adjust.
that's fun. That gives him a fun job.
He's crazy running. I wasn't trying to punch him. I was trying to talk to him. Oh, this flickering is not good. This is how you go into levels, which took me forever to figure out as a child. Let's see if I can fix this flickering problem. That's possible. How about now? Have I fixed it? So far, so good. So, yeah, the deal is, it's kind of hard to hook up this thing for recording with the equipment I've got. But here we are. So this is a Mario that I've played quite a bit, and definitely thoroughly explored and played, like all of. But you know, it's a fun trip down memory lane, and I think the first star I'm headed for is at the top of the mountain, so we'll head there. But yeah, this is, I remember Nintendo 64 being a very exciting edition. And I think what was kind of weird about it is like, you know, in retrospect, looking back at it, it's like, honestly, Nintendo 64, like, for me, I think this game is probably where it peaked. And it's weird because it's the first game. I think most people who played this system probably played this game first. And certainly for me, oh god. Certainly for me that's true. But yeah, it kind of peaked at this game for me. And it was the first game. And like other games were fun. Gotta beat this guy up. Now it took me a long time to figure this out as a kid too, because I would throw him off the edge and he's like, "That's cheating." And you're like, well, okay. But then you just have to throw him on his ass. But yeah, GoldenEye was really good. But the other games that I liked were kind of like this game, but not this game. You know, like Banjo-Kazooie was like this game, but not this game. And Donkey Kong 64 I enjoyed was like this game, but not this game. So it was kind of a weird thing, because I think this... And it really did, like, I don't know, it's probably one of the first 3D platformers that actually worked. And there were many, many 3D platformers for Nintendo 64 that did not work. You know, they just were horrible. Well, one down, 119 to go, probably. I mean, I guess I don't have to do all the stars to finish this, but I might elect to. Now I can open some of the sealed doors. With the painting of Womp's Fortress on floor 1. Right back into the fray.
Peggle.
Let's peggle. So now I just gotta race him to the top of the mountain. And there is a warp thing on the top, or as you go up the mountain, so you could cheat and probably do that, but I'm not going to do that. Well, I think he calls you a cheater if you do that. I'm not sure what those launching bubbles are all about. And I think Koopa the Quick runs right up that little side path. So he's kind of a cheating bastard himself. But you know, why get all caught up in that, huh? That's the little warp. If you go in there, you like vanish and reappear at the top. Oh no! Oh no! This does not bode well for my chances of victory. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't know if... He must be ahead of me at this point. Oh shit. Oh shit. I was like, this is an easy star. Easy win, everybody. What a dumbass. I can still get him, maybe. Alright, we did it. That was close. I made that much more dramatic than I intended. A human blur. I think it's going to be interesting playing this game again, because part of what was, you know, the way this game worked was you kind of had to figure out, how does this star work? How does that star work? You know? And I think I remember a good chunk of them. I don't remember all of them, but I remember a good chunk. Thank you. I remember the cannons being kind of wild in this game. This was definitely an awesome addition to the game. Also, I think there's a turtle over here. And this was one of my favorite things, that you could surf on this shell. Which I thought would be something that you did a lot in the game. Probably because it's in this first stage, but it really isn't. It's kind of just a fun thing. I think it appears maybe in one other stage, one or two. It's just fun. This game for me is like the music, the visuals, the appearance. Just everything about it is very nostalgic. It's kind of funny too, because like you wouldn't think when you're like 14, you're like, I'm never gonna be nostalgic for being 14, because you're like, I'm not gonna forget what it's like. And then you're like, you get older and you're like, oh, maybe I will. Haha. Is there a star up here? All right. At this rate, I should be able to finish this game in no time. Which isn't actually desirable. That wasn't really my goal. Now, I also remember, you know, there's, yeah, the red coins, and then there's, you can also get a star in a stage for getting 100 coins, regular coins. See, what I don't know in this stage, because eventually you get the wing cap so you can fly, and I don't know if I need that to get the red coins or not. Seems possible. Shit. It's weird though, because like, so this game, they totally figured out, well, not totally, mostly figured out the camera thing, and in a lot of other games they had not, and after this came a lot of 3D games that had not figured out how to do the camera thing. I think a lot of this game's success with the camera has to do with the shadows. So it's like you can tell when you're above something or not by the shadows, and I think that helps a lot. So there are like some tricks in this game, you know, that I think make the camera angle work a little better than in some others. Yeah! I know there's another one down here. Oh boy. Dun dun dun. Yeah, and I know some stages too, it's like a struggle to get the 100 coins especially, because there's probably about 100 coins. And, you know, towards the end, I remember there's like a magic carpet ride stage that does have some pretty difficult coins. 2 more. Oh. I just got annihilated by that shit. Yeah, I know. I know that! See, I might need the wing cap in order to get what I want here. Ta-na-na-na-na-na. There's gotta be 1 or 2 on this mountain, though. It does kind of work too where, to my recollection, you can kind of see the red coins from far away. Like it sort of shows them in a different sort of display. Okay. That's how I recall them working. Oh, there's one down there. Could be in this block. No? Woo! Where was that coin? Is there one in here? Oh, there it is up there. Can I get it from this side, do you think? Damn it. I've had some success in the past doing it this way, I think, going up a hill. It seems smarter to just go up there and whatever, but I guess this'll work. This is the kind of thrilling footage that you really tune in for, right? Slowly crawling up a hill to retrieve a red coin. Before I even know, by the way, whether or not I can get all the coins I need. Because there might be one that I just need the hat for. I think maybe I gotta go to the island in the sky and then maybe I can shoot off to it. That's my guess. Yes. It's funny in this game, this is like the game too where Mario becomes like very athletic. You know? He's like doing all these backflips and shit. That's kind of a new thing. But yeah, I'm curious to see how much I remember, because I feel like I'm gonna remember a lot. But sometimes when I've played games like this in the past, my memory works against me, because I think I remember stuff, and I'm like, this is how you do this, and so I spend a lot of time trying to do something the incorrect way. Yeah, like I bet there's a red coin out there. Seems likely, right? Maybe not. Well, let's try this. Oh. Oh, wait a second. Oh, is this just gonna give me a star? Come on! But I certainly won't remember things like where all the red coins are. That's just gonna be outside my abilities. Well, I thought that would do something. Did I get these all the way? Something seems amiss. I feel like if I find the right cannon, then I'll be able to blast into the sky. I feel like there's a warp. Yeah, okay. There you go. I feel like there's a warp. Oh, there it is. Yep. There is a warp. And it's like, how quickly do you get frustrated? And I remember the trick to this is like whichever way his cap is facing is the way he'll jump off. That becomes very important later. Yeah, it's like I know there's a coin around here somewhere. Alright, well, you know what I'll do? I think this game also does function so that you don't necessarily have to get the star that you're on. I mean, sometimes it does, but sometimes... Oh, shit. I just died. Oh, I didn't anticipate dying right there. Mamma mia. I'm trying to remember how many how many stars there are per stage, too. And I really don't remember. Is there one under here? No. One, two, three. Yeah, see, I freed this guy from his imprisonment. So, like, that's one that you had to sort of figure out. And, you know, when you get this star, the title gives you, like, a vague clue of, you know, freeing that guy. But doesn't necessarily, behind Chain Chomp's gate. But it doesn't tell you how to get it. You know, so it kind of just gives you a hint. Well, let's try something else. See if we can figure out. Because at some point what happens is you come out here and there's a shining light and you go into the light, or you look into it, and then that's where you get the wing caps. 8 stars. Well. Boom. Oh yeah. One of these, right? We got the slides. Slides on this game are amazing. I think there's a star for this, but then probably also a star for getting 100 coins on this, which is another challenging one that probably took me some doing. Yeah, because, like, okay, this time I got 72. And that's probably one of the ones where you probably have to get, like, every single coin. I'm assuming that there's 100 coins to be had there, but I really don't know. One of the castle's secret stars. Oh, here's a door with no... I think this is like... Well, no. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that. I don't want to spread false information on this channel. I was gonna say, I think this is like where it's rumored. There's rumored that there was like a Luigi statue or something, and that was where it was, but I don't know if I'm remembering that correctly. I think later that turns into a ghost house. The ghost house. Which is quite spooky. Yes. This was not my favorite level as a kid, but I grew to like it quite a bit. It's pretty fun. All right. Getting to the top was a struggle as a kid. And for some reason, this level reminds me of American Gladiators. Probably not so much for some reason as for a very good reason, but... Oh no. It is fairly forgiving in terms of, like, you know, that could have easily been like a place where, you know, well, if you fall down here, you die. And they didn't make it that way, so I do appreciate when they roll that way. It's kind of one of the more linear ones, as I recall, too, so it's like the red coins probably aren't so hard on this one. Dun 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 dun. It's just like the little touches too, you know, they put a little bandage on his back so that you know that it's like, oh, okay, that's his weak point. Damn it. I like his sideways flip. That's a pretty cool move there. The other thing that's kind of funny about playing through this game is, you know, so like right now I'm like, I've got about 6, so let's say I got 12 in an hour, it would take me about 10 hours, but these are probably going to be the speediest, speediest stars, right? Let's just try the red coins in a vague sense at least and see how many we get just by not really trying that hard. I do like the sound effect on those guys in this game. Effective. Simple, yet effective. Uh-oh. Well, that's something. This is a tough one, and you gotta shoot over to that thing. Remember this being very unpleasant. Alright. The blue coins are helpful when you're trying to get the 100. It's all coming back to me. Hey, I see that red coin. Oh shit. It can be a little challenging in the game, like three-dimensional objects like that can be a little bit of a test here and there. But I feel like, you know, the more you play it, the more you kind of get used to it. Oh yeah, and you can, like, if you walk slowly, that guy won't wake up. Oh, god damn it. The ledge grabbing is really cool. I think part of what works in this game is, you know, I think they made a lot of the platforming and stuff a lot more forgiving. And less, you know, super difficult. Just because it's like, yeah, it is kind of hard to do the level of stuff you were doing in the other games, right? Fuck! Just trying to do my long jump there. Oh. Why not? Well, why not? I don't really remember running out of lives being much of a thing in this game, because I think, you know, every star you get, you save your progress, right? So it's not as critical in this game as some of the others. It sort of feels like maybe this was at the point where they could have been abandoning extra lives, but they didn't. Yeah, and then it's like the coins kind of give you some of your life back. I mean, this has to have a coin on top, right? Doesn't it? I guess it's got a thing. Oh, fun. Like it. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. They add a little bit on top of the tower. And there's a coin out there. I think 2 coins out there. Do I know how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do I need 8? Whoa! Oh, fudge. Is this to my doom? Yeah, of course. If I would have taken a little more time and messed with the camera, I think I would have been able to do that just fine. So now I'm like, should I try and get the coins? Or should I just go to the top of the fortress as requested? Let's just go to the top. Oh, fuck. When you don't want to do it, it's very easy. Oh, that's the other thing about the red coins is then the star shows up somewhere, but it's not necessarily like... I think the way it works is the star shows up, but it doesn't necessarily show up like where you are, or like where the last coin was, or where one of the coins was. I could be wrong about this. No! Damn it. It's definitely gonna take me a little while to get back to my, you know, play in shape here. See, like, you do this, and then it's pretty easy, because you walk straight across. Or you do that. Can't believe I didn't get those two. That was another thing I remember doing in this game, now that I think of it, is, you know, I would try to, like, when I was doing red coins, or even 100 coins, if I could, I would try and get the most difficult stuff first, because you're like, well, if I can get these other ones are pretty easy. Oh. Ah! That damn third dimension is plaguing me right now. But it's cool. We'll get there. We got this. Ah! That was the last thing. If you hug the wall too tight, you kind of bounce off. It's kind of a feature of this game, is you will bounce off of walls and stuff. Okay. There we go. Here we go. I don't remember how many it requires just to finish the game. I feel like it should be 64, but you know, who knows? It could be far more or far fewer. Because like once you get a certain number, you kind of unlock a Bowser castle, right? It's funny that this game, other games do this too, but it's particularly funny that this game, the talk to a character button and the punch button are the same button. So there are many opportunities to punch someone when you mean to talk to them. Okay, so you're trying to get on there. Let's try, if we put this arrow, this bottom arrow here. Yeah, basically you're like smashing his face into... So, for example, I would probably get those coins some of the first to get the 100, because there's a good chance I'll overshoot this platform and die. So you don't want to collect 80 coins and then do that, right? The Big Star. With the band Big Star behind, playing a gig. Red coin. Okay, so this is red coin time. Do I want to? Doesn't matter. I'm going to. Doing it. I guess, like, overall, I think, for me, this game has a lot of charm. You know, and it made the whole Mario Mushroom Kingdom environment, like, really did a good job of sort of bringing it to a 3D thing without making it boring. Or, like, you know... I don't often use the term whimsical, but it does have a whimsical quality to it. And I think that's, like, what's cool about this game that maybe other 3D games didn't all hit, was, like, it does still have its, like, sense of... It feels like a Mario game still. You know, like, if you played Earthworm Jim on the Nintendo 64, and it's like, it was okay, but it didn't really feel like an Earthworm Jim game, necessarily. So much as it felt like a 3D platformer. And I enjoyed playing Donkey Kong 64, but, like, I could see people being like, you know, it wasn't the same kind of thing as the previous Donkey Kong Country games, because it's sort of like, whoa, it has a different focus. You're, like, collecting stuff and doing all that shit. And there's all the different characters, and I don't know. But I feel like this one still pretty much feels like a Mario game, which is cool. That they did that. And there's just a lot of stuff too like that, you know, where there's like one-off things that you do. And, you know, I can understand people being like, I could never hang with the camera on this game. Oh, damn. Where's the other one? What did I skip? What did I miss? Shit. Shit. I don't think there's one up here. Let's just go backwards. That seems like the smart way to try and accomplish this. Oh, it's on the little slide, isn't it? Damn it. This. See, there you go. So, like, this 8-coin star shows up at the very bottom. So even if you get all 8 coins, then you have to get yourself to the star. And occasionally that can be its own challenge. To put it in a nice way. Fall onto the caged island. Oh yeah, okay. See, okay, this is a perfect example of one. This is probably one of the much later ones we got, because, like, how would you know this guy was here? And he doesn't appear until you're at this star. So, you know, you would never know he was around until you get to this point in the game. Okay, where is the caged island? Pete made that one look easy. I'm gonna give myself full credit for that one. Pete made that look like the easiest thing in the world. But yeah, like, you would, even if you'd gone up that tree previously, that guy's not there. Blast away. Oh yeah. Oh shit. Okay. This is also that cannon, and there's like something that you hit, and it's like a corner of something, and then when you hit it, it like explodes, but I don't know if I remember what it was. It's like this corner or something? Well, not that corner, okay. But it's something like that, I think. So this is a level that's a good example, though, of, well, no, because I think you can get a Metal Mario, and that probably makes it easier to get the coins. Oh, maybe it's to my right. Maybe it's this. Maybe it's one of these two. Is it this one? So then, is the star up there? Can't remember where the star is exactly. Oh, there it is. Okay. Ah, damn it. See, this one's a little bit kinder in that, you know, when you're shooting for the stars, shooting this for the stars, touching the future, you don't like go well. Okay, you can go fly away in spectacular fashion.
Mamma mia!
It was kind of always one of the things I liked too when you hit the edge of the course like I just did there. So you're like, oh, this is the boundary of this world. I don't know, I always found that interesting. There's this, so Chuck Klosterman wrote something, I can't even remember what it was, but it was like a hypothetical about what you would do if you discovered that the world was probably a simulation, or like you're in a video game or something. Like, maybe I should just go up there and go down. You found out you're in a video game, basically. Like, you found a glitch. You found something like that, an invisible wall that could only be explained by, like, we must be in a simulation kind of stuff. And, you know, he was like, I would probably spend the rest of my life trying to find other things like this. There we go. That was the smart way to do it. That's playing with your brain instead of your butt. Should I go for the 100 coins? I think that might be the last thing I really need in here. See, you don't necessarily know, right, that there's 100 coins to be had in a stage until you do this. Until you get 100 coins, and then you're like, oh, you get a star. But yeah, it's kind of one of the fascinating things about the 100 coin situation, too, that you can kind of blow it for yourself. You know, like if I had missed those coins from that box, and then you get to the end and you're like, damn it, I have, 99 coins. And I know I said what I was going to do was do the ones from that cannon blast first, but, I didn't. I didn't do that. But this one seems like it probably has a fairly generous number, over 100. Just based on how it's going so far. The real danger here is you don't want to undershoot this platform. That's how you go flying off and then don't make it. Oof. Let's do this. And you do wonder, because you're like, maybe I don't need these coins up here. But I don't know. I would be curious. I'm sure there's like internet resources out there that are like, here's how many coins are on each stage, Oh, shit. And so then you could find out like, okay, this stage has this many, so I could afford to miss this many, and you could make some judicious choices about which ones you're going for. Oh! I've died many times on that section, because what I'll do is I'll go and then I slide down and do like the dive roll thing that he does, and then I get killed. See, I think I can kill. I think I can kill these guys with this green block once that becomes available for Metal Mario. So I am curious if I need that to get the coins. Although maybe I can stomp on these guys? Does that seem possible? Okay, let's find out. We'll find out.
Let's find out. What?
No. Which makes sense. That seems fair. Meh? Oh, damn it. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna need them though. I don't think I get another coin, but yeah, okay. It's reasonable. I just farm them from that guy. Duh. There we go. Oh, so it shows up right where you get it. So you do kind of have to be careful about where you get that last coin, because if you were like blasting on a cannon. Yeah, of course. Oh, wait. Oh, so then I can exit. Oh, so you can get the 100 coins. Okay, here we go. You can get the 100 coins and... This is what I really want to do, so that the caps are in the thing. Now, I think there are the red coins in this level. But I don't think there's 100 coins in this level, but I could be wrong. I don't know. That's the thing, you don't know. It is kind of, the flying is, good. It's not the easiest thing in the world, though. Kind of have to, like, go down and up. It's sort of like the cape from Super Mario World. Where you go down, and then that lets you go back up. Oh, fudge. It certainly doesn't look like there's 100 coins here, but... Oh. I don't think I lose a life from this, though. So great news, everyone. You get to watch me do this like 100 times. Okay. I kind of think you just play your cards right here. Damn it. You kind of just follow this spiral. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, okay. And it probably just goes down there. Would be my guess, hopefully. So maybe this won't take me 100 tries, but probably more tries than is interesting to watch. All right, let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, maybe 27. There could be 100 coins in here. It's possible. It's actually kind of possible. I don't know, though. If you just get every single coin. How many coins are we talking about? Alright. Let's just kind of get the reds and see where that puts us. Oh, shh. Okay. Well, maybe I can still get that one. Where are you? Oh, shit. Yes. It's only 33. Doesn't feel like there's gonna be a hundo here. Oh, come on. Oh, that was a close one.
Here we go!
Well, should we go to the Bowser place? Where's the Bowser place that I can go to? It said. I see you up there. Oh. Well, that's still something. Come on. There's another one. See, these castle secret stars were always kind of a challenge, right? Because you're like, holy crap. There's so many nooks and crannies. I think that was what was something cool about this game, too, is it just felt like there was so much stuff. Trying to kind of see if 100 is realistic in here, but, you know, we'll see. The swimming in this game is actually not bad. The water stages are not terrible. And it is forgiving because it gives you, so, you know, your oxygen is on a meter, but if you get coins, it refills it. So that's kind of cool. I like this game. It did, like, for the first time, give coins a little bit more immediate purpose than previous games, but yeah, like, see this one? 26. Because you do wonder. You're like, well, shouldn't there be 100 coins in here? Because if there wasn't 100 coins in here, why would there be anything but the red coins? I mean, the game kind of teases you that way. Of like, maybe there is 100. Oh, you know what? I just remembered. I think if I do that princess slide in a quick amount of time, that's another star. Well, let's just see. 52. 6. So there's kind of a draw distance on coins that makes it possible that there are coins that I can't see, but it definitely does not seem like there's 100 coins in here.
Here we go!
I think, wait a minute. I think there's a toad who just gives you a star as well. He just told me what I told you. That the, you know, cat blocks yet. I haven't found them yet, okay? Cut me some slack. Can I go in here yet? Oh yeah, okay. So I think I've got this one. Like, I think this one might be done.
Let's go.
Where are we trying to go? The star door? Okay. Is this our first Bowser encounter? Oh yeah, this is great. Da, 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 da. I know there's 100 coins on these too, but whoa, whoa. That burned my butt off. Alright, let's take 2. Should I try and get the 100 coin? I might as well, right? Right. Well, there's probably red coins and hundo coino. Well, this seems like a good place to die trying to get coins. But we'll just kind of we'll try and see what happens, because these levels again are kind of linear. So I feel like the 100 coins or the red coin thing is a little easier. Ah, shit. And that makes me think, like, there must just be exactly 100, right? Oh, God. I don't think that's how physics works. Although, I guess you can say, like, this is a different world. So physics don't have to work human world way. Earth way. Also, this is a game with, you know, you can just... Ah, shit. You can just punch a dude. That's kind of new for Mario. What are you going to do? Let's give Mario an attack. How about punching? Just straight up punches. But it's kind of a cartoony punch, you know? It doesn't feel too brutal. So I guess we'll allow it. That's the best jump. But it's hard for me to seem to get to do it when I want to. It just kind of happens sometimes. See, I feel like that's gonna kill me. So I'm gonna... I'm leaving those. Okay. Where are those exactly? Aha! This is like also one of the probably games I played like before gaming had completely left me behind. I mean, when I played this all the way through, was certainly well after Halo existed. You know, so that's like, and this is where I was at, because I was like, this shit's fun. That shit's boring. I never liked, okay, first-person shooters. I always like, the thing I never liked about them is, you know, if it's like a shooter where you could be in cover or something, I always disliked that I felt that, I was like, I don't really know where my body is in space. You know, that was always like the missing component for me. Proprioceptive awareness is not high. Oh shit.
Mamma mia!
Oh man. Alright. Should we just go for the castle for now? Just go. Whoa! Go for the Bowser fight. We'll have 15 stars. That's a pretty respectable first outing. I like his run cycle in this game too. It's like just cartoony enough, but also determined. Okay. 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 Can you like inch along? Okay, so that's how you want to do that, huh? Do. Tough luck. She's not here. Go ahead and try and grab me by the tail. You'll never be able to swing me around. Kind of revealing his weakness here. Alright. This was something I was never great at in this game. So you kind of have to rotate this stick and then throw him into the bombs. And it's not easy. I mean, the first time you fight him, it's not so bad because it's like he doesn't do a whole lot, you know? So he's not as threatening. But later on, he does a lot more things that make it difficult. But also you get punished more by the game for doing it wrong. So there you go. Aha, ha, 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 ha. Here we go. All right. Well, that's our first go at Mario 64. Enjoying it. Fun. Probably will get brutally frustrating at some points, but overall, 14 stars. Transforming image between Bowser and Peach. That's fun. And we'll see you next time. We'll get some more stars. We'll do some more stuff. Have a great time until we meet again. What an awkward sign off. How stupid.